Most real estate investors have a follow-up problem that they call a deal problem. Not a lead problem, a follow-up problem. Leads come in, nobody responds fast enough, the lead goes cold, and deals that were right there to close slip away. That is not a market problem, that is a systems problem. And today I'm going to show you exactly what fixing it looks like with a real account, real numbers, real results. I have a client in Maryland. He's an actual buyer looking for co-living properties. He wholesales, he does creative deals like novations, and he's also looking to add to his rental portfolio. He had a tight buy box and a specific ask. Consistent lead flow, not chaos. He was already doing deals before, but he was like literally the entire system. One trying to remember who said, call me back in 2 weeks. I think we've all been there before. Now here's where we're at today after implementing all of the systems for him. One novation under contract, one wholesale deal under contract, more in the pipeline being evaluated right now, and more leads coming in. This quarter, 148 leads generated through texting and through the AI agents that we built for him, up 100% from last quarter, doubled, and 60 appointments in the last 90 days. That is a 500% increase, same system, same market, running consistently. Now, like I said, he's a full-time investor and a family man, so he doesn't necessarily have all the time in the world to be chasing a bunch of leads all day. If he wanted more, we could use the same system to scale this process up. He has a custom dashboard and reports sent to him on a daily basis to keep him up to date on what's going on and what leads are coming in and what they're saying. Every AI assistant leaves him a summary and notes on his contact record, so he doesn't have to hunt around figuring out what was said, what happened, what tasks he's supposed to do. It does all of that for him. Now let me be specific about what types of leads these actually are. These are sellers who confirm they're interested, confirm they own the property, confirm they'd be open to an offer and selling in the next 90 days. It filters through all the people who are saying no, I'm not ready yet. The bad fits are already gone. That's what the system does. The filter's already built in. He gets about 2 qualified leads a day that actually meet what he's looking for based on the list pulled and the conversations being had. Out of 148, most don't meet his exact criteria. Maybe they're not quite ready yet. Maybe they want a little bit too much of the property. Maybe there's too much land or something else going on with the property that just isn't the right fit for him right now. That's where the follow-up comes in, because even if someone's not ready right now, the system stays in front of them and checks back with them every once in a while to see if now's the right time. You don't have to remember 3 months from now or a month from now, hey, Johnny said to follow up with him. Now his buy box is really specific. He's really only in one market. He's looking for a specific type of property for co-living. And even if it's not the right fit, he can use other strategies to still monetize the deal or get it to another investor or do a flip or a novation, which is a creative type of flip. So out of everything the system surfaces, out of every property in the market, 2 a day are coming to him every day of the week. So he stays busy and still has time on the weekend to hang out with the family. Now, if he wanted more leads, all he'd have to do is say the word and we would be able to scale this up. That is the part that changes how you build a business. I didn't talk too much about it, but it's actually a crucial part in what he's doing. He has an AI caller in the background. We named her Maria, and she handles all the calls that might come in from people who have more questions or just don't feel like texting. Last month, he literally had 67 inbound calls handled by the AI. Now, of course, some of those people might not be interested, but oftentimes they're calling because they want to tell him more information about the property and see how they can get an offer. And so whether he's hanging out with his kids, looking at another property, busy at a flip with his contractors, or checking on one of his rentals, his team is able to operate with a speed to lead that keeps sellers engaged and let them know that he's a serious, legitimate buyer. And he doesn't have to do all the heavy lifting himself. He just gets a notification that someone is ready. Now, on those calls, 37 actions were triggered by the AI. So that could be a call transfer, sending a text, booking an appointment, stuff he didn't have to actually go do himself. The AI did it for him. And it leaves notes and a summary for every single call. So he can hear what happened, read what happened, and have one place to look for everything going on with that lead. Here's the dashboard. Check out this texter count. 148 leads in the last quarter. And watch the appointment column. That number went up from 11 to 60. That is where the business changed. That jump is the system learning what conversations are worth his time and really dialing in his lists and his data so that we're starting from a strong foundation. And also over time, marketing, I think of it like one of those old school locomotives where you have to load coal into the old engine to get it fired up and keep going. And it takes a lot of energy, a lot of coal to get started. But once you're going, it has that momentum. Now, if you stop, you have to load all that coal back in there to get it started up again. But once you've got some momentum going, just like we see here, those follow-ups, those drips, checking back in with people that weren't ready quite at that time, it leads to this stack in results over time. So the more you keep at it, the more consistent you are. And with our team handling the data, the imports, launching the campaigns, you can see the results speak for themselves. Check this out. 63 calls, 37 actions taken without lifting a finger. Again, that could be transferring the call for a hot lead, booking an appointment, sending a follow-up text. Nearly anything that you could imagine, we could have the AI take an action for you. Running comps. It runs whether he's on a call, sitting with a seller, with his family. No matter what, it runs. Now, in the beginning, some of this does take time. He literally put in the work of calling these leads and converting them. And also, if he saw anything that he wanted added to the AI as training or a filter, he just let our team know and we built it into his bot for him. Before the system, he's working every lead manually, wasn't as much consistency, following up himself, tracking follow-ups and dates and deals in his head, or trying to manually call everyone from his phone. I mean, over time, anybody would get drained out. I've done it myself before like that, and it is honestly tiring. You probably know how it is. Some weeks would be busy, some weeks would be dead. There's no floor, no ceiling, no real consistency. But now there's a system that's building the floor. 2 qualified conversations a day, every day. Now, I already kind of touched on this a little bit, but here's the exact structure. We pulled a targeted list around his exact buy box. So it had his ARV filters, his market, a couple of counties in Maryland. And then we stacked on top of that with filters that would indicate that someone might be interested in selling or might have some motivation. Then our team uploaded that list of leads into our system, hit a button, and the campaigns went out. Now, this investor, he could have done all of this himself. However, we already said he's a family guy. He's already busy. So our team did it for him. Put the list in, click the button, campaigns go out, leads come in, and the AI qualifies everybody that responds for you, no matter what time of day it is, no matter what you're doing. And this works in any market. Like I said, he's in Maryland, but we run the same system for clients in Oklahoma, Florida, Massachusetts, and more. And you don't have to be locked into one market. You can do more than one if you want. The market is not the variable, the data is. If you start with a strong foundation, the rest of this process is even easier than what I've already said. And if you don't want to spend the time building a list, we'll build one exactly around your buy box. This investor did not have to come in and become a systems developer. He did not have to build any of this out himself or try to figure out A2P or drip campaign. We built it for him. We set up the list, set up the campaigns, set up the AI caller that has already been trained and customized it even more, along with the AI texter assistant too. Now, I'm not trying to downplay what he's doing because it takes a lot of work to call these leads, close them, and really have an in-depth conversation that shows them you're a legitimate buyer. And so he's doing the work of picking up the phone, making sure he's on top of his leads, the ones that are already qualified, and making sure that he submits an offer in a timely manner so he can convert them. That's not anything to take lightly. If you don't do that, you're not going to get any deals at all. But the point is, he came into a system that allowed him to jump in and do that. He shows up to the warm conversations. That's the only part that requires him. And when leads call in, instead of responding by text, Maria's right there to take it to the next step. That is the system. Targeted data, campaigns going out every day, AI caller as the safety net in case he can't pick up the phone, and 2 qualified conversations every day. Multiple ways to exit a deal depending on what it looks like. He has those tools on his belt. And again, guys, here's where we're at right now. 1 novation under contract, a wholesale deal under contract, more in the pipeline, more leads coming in right now as you're watching this. That is consistent lead flow, not a big week that dies down as soon as you get a deal locked up and have to start doing dispo. It keeps going. without you having to take more time away from your family or trying to become a developer. Whatever you are doing in real estate, whether that's buying, creative, wholesaling, all three, or something I didn't even mention, the front end is the same problem. Getting in front of motivated sellers consistently and never letting a warm lead go cold or slip through the cracks. That is what this solves. All right, enough of me yapping. You guys have seen the results here. Go to reilock.com, book a call with me, and we'll tell you more about how this can work in your business, if it can work at all. If we're not a fit, we'll tell you right away. And if we are, we'll start mapping out what this looks like in your market or markets if you're in more than one. Your buy box, your list size, what you need to get your next deal moving. The link is in the description. And if you want to see more builds like this, drop a comment. Let me know what questions you all have or what market you in. I might do a video for that market next. I appreciate y'all checking this out. Let me know what you guys want to see next. Peace.